Go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy. He was a 2008 Philadelphia Phillies World Championship team, World Series team. Brett Myers, what's up, Brett?
Morning, fellas. Good morning.
Brett, I was rocking to No Gain, No Pain last night, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a baseball themed song. You can take it, I did that song a while back in my first album and everything like that, and it's good stuff, man. For me, it is because I like writing the stuff and I like performing it. So,
hey, Brett,
everybody else likes it too.
Brett, we were listening to Chris Wheeler earlier in the morning on a previous show, and he was discussing your bulldog mentality, your hard work ethic, and that where they were discussing that at bat with CC Sabathia, and it made me think that you carry your playing spirit into your music writing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very driven person, and I come across as probably an ass to a lot of people because I don't mean to be. I'm sorry, but I'm just very focused on certain things. Like when every day I woke up playing ball and stuff like that, I was focused on what I had to do at the field. I didn't really have time for fans and stuff like that, and I kind of regret that a little bit, by not giving, the back to the fans as much. Now I do it, but when I was playing, I was focused on one thing, and that was trying to get better each and every day. And I just pushed myself and didn't really care about being one of those face of the franchise guys, I was there to help the team and I wanted to win. That's all I gave a crap about. Every single day I went to that clubhouse and I worked my tail off to see what I could do to help the team get better and get to the end goal, which was winning a World Series.
Brett, so you just mentioned the fact that you didn't want to be distracted. I guess it's so easy to get distracted. You're going about your business, you're going to the restaurant or wherever you are, people are hounding you for autographs and pictures and things like that. Do you think that took away from concentrating on what you were doing?
I did no, yes and no, because I never wanted to be a guy that was in the public eye. My close friends that know me, I cut loose, but it feels like, and this was put in our head a lot. So when you're out, there's always somebody watching. There's always a camera on you and stuff like that. So that distracted me and put it in my head that I was like, oh great, I got to go out here. People are filming you and videoing you. Next thing you know, it's on the front page of the newspaper, and you try to stay away from that stuff, but it's hard to do, And a lot of people don't have your best interest at heart. Like they want to embarrass you and go, oh, look at this guy, look what he did,
Right.
But in hindsight, I'm a little crazy. I like to party, I like to party. I like to have fun. I like to cut loose.
Well, if you listen to Brett Myers' music, you go to brettmyersmusic.com, and I'll tell you what, your songs are definitely wild, man. You talk about partying and having a good time, and that's what life's all about.
Yeah, and that my music lets me express myself more than just me coming out and like saying, hey, this is me now. Right. No, I've always been this way. I'm never going to change, and some people don't like that, and I don't really care because I enjoy being me. I like being myself and having a good time and stuff like that. Some people say, well, you're not supposed to act. You got to act all proper because you make a bunch of money playing baseball. No, I got to that point to make that money because I am a little loose.
Yeah, you got to be who you are. Now, listen, Brett, you've got a wonderful weekend coming up here, and I guess it's a couple Sundays on August 5th. The Philadelphia Phillies, I said this to Josh, my producer, earlier, 10 years since you guys won the World Series.
Wild.
It's unbelievable.
I feel old now. That's crazy. It really feels like it was yesterday. Like I guess I'm still living in the past. I don't know, but
no, I think we all are to a certain extent. I mean, think about it. You know the joy that you brought to the city of Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. I mean, the South Jersey area. I mean, you guys brought a championship to Philadelphia. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Like fans take that like I did it, like like we did it, and like we brought the joy. But what fans don't realize is, look, we're human beings too. Those fans brought us joy because we wouldn't even be talking about this stuff if they weren't behind us.
That's true.
You know, like
you see how. Hey, Brett, you've seen how you've seen on TV, and you watch the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And what's really weird right now is it's like a little bit of a phenomenon. You know how great the Philadelphia fans are, and the Phillies are in first place with this young team with a lot of young rising stars. Yet not that many people are coming to the ballpark.
And after the first game, they were ready to fire Gabe Kapler.
That's correct.
So I mean, but that's fine. Look, Philly fans are absolutely the most passionate fans in the world, in my opinion. And they have a right to say that stuff, but I mean, they also jump the gun, pretty quick when stuff don't go their way, and that's fine.
That's true.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. So with the team right now, they are young. They remind me a lot of us when we were in the 04, 05, 06 years. We were really young, and then we put a couple pieces together, and then 08 happened. But we learned from all those experiences, like near miss wild card, bursts, and getting into the playoffs, like near misses, and then all of a sudden getting there in 07, and then going three and out, and we're like, we don't like this feeling, and then the next thing you know, we put it together in 08 and in 09. So, like, we had experience at that point. These young kids, they're experiencing the big leagues right now, and they know how to win. We all know how to win, or we would have never made it to the big leagues.
That's true, too.
We all know how to win. It's just putting it together and having that team chemistry, and some luck has to go into that as well in order for you to put a good season together. And look, they're fighting right now, and I like it. I like the fact I pull for Philadelphia sports to this day, and because I want it for the fans as much as anything. They go so long without winning championships and stuff like that, and now they're in, like, with Villanova and the Eagles and stuff like that, and they're putting good teams on the field. But I promise you, those fans will show up. They will show up. They think it might be a fluke right now for the Phillies being in first place, but they're going to find out if they're for real or not. And when they do, it's on. Those kids will never experience anything like that in their entire life, with how good those fans will treat those boys.
Hey, Brett, it's Josh. I want to bring you back a little bit to your career playing there, because not just in 2008 when you guys won the World Series, but for your entire career, you always had better numbers at home in front of those Philly fans than you did on the road. So what was it about playing at the bank? What was it about playing in front of the Philly fans that gave you that extra energy?
Well, look, I held myself to a higher standard. I knew when I sucked. I knew when I was good, when I pitched good. I knew when I was bad. And the fans let me know when I was bad. So I had to step my game up at home so I didn't get booed off the mound. But inside, I was booing myself when I sucked. Like, fans, I think they might understand me a little bit better that way, because, look, I know when I'm terrible. Not every day I can go out there and put my best effort on the field, but the results always aren't there. Like, I worked hard to get to that start, and then what else they don't understand is I got to wait 4 days until I get to do it again. And each time I'm trying not to suck. I'm trying to get better each time I go out there. But the fans held me to a higher standard, with my performance. It's just as high as I held myself. So every time that they would boo, I was like, all right, guys, I get it. I'm booing myself. I understand,
Speaking of that, how much does a certain ballpark affect a guy? You see a guy like your former teammate, Cole Hamels. This is a guy, he has an under 3 ERA on the year on the road. But at Arlington Park in Texas, he's got an ERA of almost 5. He's struggled a lot in Texas, but away from Texas, he's still the old phenomenal Cole. So how can a ballpark affect a pitcher?
well, I don't know if you've been to Texas or that place is hot. Okay, and that ball flies out of that Ranger Stadium. It flies out of there. It's got a jet stream in right center. And if you pop it up, it's gone. All right, I'm not kidding. And the hotter it is, the better the ball travels.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. But, you know, maybe there's some distractions when he pitches at home. I don't know. You know, but, I mean, I love sleeping in my own bed, you know, and getting up and going to the ballpark. I hated going on the road. You know, I hated that. But, you know, who knows? You know, maybe there's certain things that go on and you get distracted a little bit, but I don't know. He's going to be fine. He's always been fine. That dude's a stud.
Would you like to see Cole come back to the Phillies? There's a lot of rumors about him possibly being on the trade market here.
Absolutely. That would be awesome if he came back, because first off, they better hurry up and do it so that he can be there for the '08 reunion.
Right.
But yes, I think that, you know, for me, even though I played with other teams, but I'm always going to be a Philly at heart.
I love it. I love it.
I got drafted by them. I spent a lot of my life with them, with that organization, and with those fans. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I played with other teams, and nobody has treated me as good as the Phillies did.
Brett,
and the fans and everything like that. So,
Brett, another teammate of yours, Chase Utley, announced this past week before the All-Star break that he's just going to be a last season. He's going to retire. What are your thoughts on Chase as a player and a teammate?
He is doing the same thing that I'm enjoying doing right now, and mine came a little sooner than his did with you know, being out of the game. But I couldn't be happier right now because he wants to go be a father to his kids, and I'm enjoying that right now and being with my kids, because the last time I went to spring training in Arizona with the Indians, my kids were crying when I left, and that broke me up. So now I'm having fun with them. But as far as Chase Utley as a teammate and stuff like that, he came every day ready to play. It didn't matter. Didn't matter what day it was. He came every day. He was the same guy in the clubhouse every single day.
Well, he'll be coming back. He'll be coming back here in a couple days as the Dodgers come back to play the Philadelphia Phillies, and we're talking with Brett Myers, former Philadelphia Phillies pitcher. And Brett, August 5th, your reunion. You got to be pumped up about that. You're going to see all your teammates. I hope. I guess Ryan Harrod, all those guys will be back in town.
I don't like any of those guys. What are you talking about? I don't like any of them. No, I'm really pumped about it because, you know, it's been 10 years. It's been quite a while since I've seen most of those guys. But I can tell you this, that I went to a spring training game at the Braves complex, and we saw the Phillies and Braves play in spring training. I took my kids and stuff. And the bond that we have in that 08 team and the years that we've played, you know, together, it showed, because Ryan Howard came over and signed about 50 autographs for people just to say hello to me. He could have said, whatever, see ya, I got to go get ready. He came over, made it a point to come say what's up. And I'm going to tell you right now, that right there goes to show you what kind of team we had. We might not all like each other, but we respected the hell out of each other. And we loved each other. It was kind of like some of the guys that you might not like some of the stuff the guy does. It's like we're all brothers in there, though, because I fight with my brother too. You know,
you could call him a name. I could call him a name, but you can't.
Yeah, right. So exactly. So I mean, that's exactly the way that team was. But we had really good chemistry. Like, we played for each other. You know, we played as a team. We won as a team. There wasn't one guy on that field that could have done it by themselves.
Well, that's what makes that team great, Brett. You guys, I guess you guys are going to just rock when you see all these guys, all those faces coming in when you're there. You got to be pumped up, and I'm sure you guys are going to go nuts.
I got chills right now, and and it's because it is cool. It is very cool to be, you know, and honestly, as being selfish right now, I hope the Phillies never win again.
Don't say that.
Because listen, I say it being selfish. I don't necessarily mean it, but
Right.
I'm hoping they never, because they'll always remember us. You know what I'm saying? They're always still talking about us.
Well,
You know,
Brett,
we-
I got to be honest with you. I can't subscribe to that theory. I want them to win, but I don't think your team will
I do
ever be
too.
forgotten, especially that at bat you had with CC Sabathia. I mean, things that will just go down in folklore that people will remember from all time, whether the Phillies win another World Series or not. People will never forget that at bat you had.
Yeah, but it seems like I didn't even pitch that year or that game. I mean, I was like, everybody says, "Oh, that at bat." I was like, I threw 7 innings too. But look, I'm just happy that I'm remembered for something, because you know what, I could be a forgotten face on that team, and I'm just happy that people still remember that. And I was a grinder, man. I grinded out everything, man. I didn't necessarily, that whole year, was an up and down year for me,
Right.
because I was getting my tail kicked up and down the damn street to every team I faced. Didn't matter what pitch I threw up there, it was leaving the ballpark. I was getting beat up, and then ended up going to the minors to try to get my stuff fixed, and more than anything, it was kind of like a middle break, and then all of a sudden I come back and I'm like, I'm comfortable. Like what are you stressing about? When I stopped putting so much pressure and on myself, then I started pitching better.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brett, we'll never forget you. We always appreciate you taking time to call in and be a friend of the locker room here on 97.3 ESPN. We're looking forward to your return, and see you on August 5th, Sunday, August 5th at the bank with all your old teammates. And thank you, Brett, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Looking forward to it. I miss Philly, so looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right, Brett Myers, everybody, on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. And I'll tell you what, man, if you want to check out Brett's music, go to BrettMyersMusic.com.